I'm Josh Bertrand. We're out on one of my favorite bodies of water today. We're going to take the Fritz crankbait, throw it out here, but I want to show you how to take it and use it on your lakes at home. So earlier this year, we were able to get these baits way before they were in production, right before the Classic actually, and none of us talked too much during the actual tournament amongst the Berkley pros. I talked to a couple of guys, but afterwards there were about 7 of us fishing the tournament, and every guy I talked to said this was the best bait, myself included. I had a couple of these things that I had teeth marks absolutely all over, and the other guy said the same thing. It's got that special action and vibe that a flat-sided crankbait's got, but you can fish it like a normal square-bill crankbait. It casts really well, it tracks through the water really well. It's just a much more user-friendly crankbait than your standard flat sides. The Frittside is a pretty cool bait because it's really well known for catching fish when it's cold. I love fishing it in water that's 45 to 60 degrees. I think that's what most people know to fish flat sides, but we're here in the middle of summer. I'm catching them, fishing it through some grass. It's a super versatile little shallow crankbait, and we make it in a few sizes. We've got a 5, a 7, and a 9. 5 is kind of my go-to, but there's definitely a time and place for the 7 and 9. What I love about it is you can really bomb it. You can cast it so much better than any other flat side crankbait I've ever fished. A lot of times on a flat side crankbait, the balsa baits, you almost even have to throw on a spinning rod, but we've got this thing weighted perfectly. So this thing was originally designed to fish on rock, and it's a super good rock bait, but you still have to fish on the right type of rock to get bit. When I'm looking for banks to throw the Frittside, I like a bank that has a transition on it. Something that's gonna go from maybe a steep bluff to a flat, from gravel to a bigger rock, any type of transition, even a transition where maybe some grass starts and you can fish it on the straight rock and then into the grass. But anytime 2 different types of structure come together, 2 types of cover come together, that's where you're gonna have a high percentage, high chance of getting a bite on a Frittside. It's pretty solid. Oh, there's a couple of them there. Might be able to get another one. That was a perfect example of how they'll eat this thing in the grass, just like they will on the rock. We're going through this area and you can see we've got some nice little gravel banks and some bigger chunk rock banks, but behind us we're on just a big grass flat, and I didn't even put this bait down. I'm just running across this flat with this crankbait, ripping it through the grass, feathering it through the grass. It's kind of fun. We just pick up one bait, put the trolling motor down, and keep it simple. It's kind of old school fishing, but I like to do that sometimes. That's a little tub right there on the new Frittside.